especially if it results in doing the nasty. Tom Cruise has always been popular with the ladies, but Maverick does seem like the kind of guy who'd wait for true love before taking his pants off. Kinda like how She-Hulk described Captain America. Anyway, back to the entry, pun intended there. Maverick and Penny finally decide to get down to business, and I gotta say, they both look way too good for their age. I mean, I got more wrinkles than Jennifer Connelly. Now I know how Wonder feels.
That doesn't seem fair.
The funniest part was when Penny's daughter came back home, so Maverick had to sneak out the window, but still ended up getting caught. It's usually the other way around with the adults catching the teens, but it sure made for a nice moment. Even Michael Scott would approve.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to Basic Fighter Maneuvers.
You got yourself a deal, gentlemen. Flight's on. Let's turn and burn.
Ain't nothing like watching an old dog teach new tricks. The team begins their training under Maverick, and they decide to make things interesting by adding 200 push-ups as a punishment for the losers. Now, that might be more than enough to scare DJ Khaled away, but Tom Cruise is all about the Mission Impossible action. So he accepts the challenge, and oh boy, does he nail it or what. It was amazing to see such an awesomely coordinated scene, and of course, let's not forget, these are all practical jet, well, for the most part of it. We got to watch some crazy stunts, and then Pete shows up right under his students' noses to give them a wake-up call like no other. Damn, bro, I kind of felt bad for the trainees here, but that was some serious emotional damage. But hey, that's what you get when you take on the daddy of live action. Or should I say, granddaddy.
It's a kill. Smoked. Damn it. Oh.
It was all fun and games, that selfie, wasn't it? Damn!
You see me now? Come on, let's get it over with. Fight's on!
The trailers made it clear that there was going to be some conflict between Maverick and Rooster. But man, I never expected their primary battle to happen during a practice round. Pete's pretty laid back as he challenges Rooster to a duel, and he accepts, but starts blurting out all kinds of insults at the guy who's literally training him thousands of feet above the ground. Anyway, the two pilots get into a very tense sequence of cat and mouse, and Rooster takes it a little bit too far when he says,
I can go as low as you, sir, and then say something.
Damn, bro, what's with the sass? You a Kardashian or something? Of course, Pete just lets him get blinded by his rage and performs a reverse Uno on the dude to take him from behind. He doesn't just stop there, he reminds Rooster to see Hondo about his push-ups. That was cold AF. Even Mr. Freeze wouldn't be so savage.
Rooster, that's enough, man.
One last ride.
Who says you can only be rebellious in your teens, eh? Tom Cruise has been doing it for decades. After the Dark Star project is set to be scrapped, Maverick decides it isn't too late to breach the speed barrier, so he takes the jet and flies straight over Admiral Kane's head. I'll give props to Ed Harris for not using a stunt double in this scene, but the real shout out goes to our hero Pete, who goes on to break the barrier and hit Mach 10, which everyone else deemed to be impossible. Maybe Adidas should use this for a promotional marketing campaign or something, eh? However, Maverick isn't quite done yet, and he makes the jet breach Mach 11, which of course, that's a serious flex. It couldn't have been an epic show of skill if, you know, the jet didn't get destroyed. This was such a strong overload of nostalgia that I simply couldn't keep it together. After Rooster figures that Maverick was able to safely eject himself, he rushes to the scene and saves his enemy-turned-mentor from an enemy jet. There's a funny gag where Tom saves his savior right after.
You alright? I saved your life!
I saved your life!
But then the producers give the audience what they really want. Not only do the two leads team up to make their escape, but Pete also actually comes across the OG F-14 Tomcat fighter jet. And guess what? That's how they make their way. In 2022 to operate anything older than a PlayStation 4. Anyway, the pilots engage in some smart tactics to take down the superior enemy aircrafts and even overcome one final surprise attack thanks to Hangman. They should really teach this scene in film school. That's how you shoot an ending.
An F-14 against 5th gen fighters?
It's not the plane, it's the pilot.
And there you go. Those are my top 10 scenes from Top Gun Maverick. Should I cover more Tom Cruise content? What do you think? Let me know in the comments and head over to my description if you want to check out my Patreon and other socials. Alright then, I'll see you in the next one.